everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Josh Jordan. You can hear us on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Josh also does a lot of work for SportsMapHouston.com. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet, so you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. Our afternoon show host, Jeremy Branham. I like some of the stuff he does. He puts out Dusty's lineup out every day, and he says what's wrong with it, and there's usually something that I think is wrong with it, but that's just me. Dusty's won 2,000 games in a World Series, so what do I know? But Jeremy made the point the other day that he thinks Dusty favors Rafael Montero over Kendall Graveman based on Montero getting the ninth inning and Graveman pitching the seventh inning in Verlander's last start. Now, Graveman came in the seventh when it was a 3-0 game. Montero came in the ninth when it was a 7-1 game, a 6-run game. That's when you put Montero in when he can't destroy that lead, and he wasn't able to. He gave up a couple of runs. But I don't see why you would think that he favors Montero over Graveman when he put him in a 6-run game and he put Graveman in a 3-run game.
Yeah, and Dusty likes to do this thing where if you're facing a good part of the lineup, he may not use his guys in order. When Verlander came out, it was 9-1-2 coming up for the Red Sox that next inning in a 3-0 game. So he knew the top of the lineup was coming up, so he wanted to get Graveman in there. And it made me think back, John, to the playoffs. In Game 2 against the White Sox when Graveman was on the team, he came in the ninth where he had Presley pitch the eighth. And I remember Dusty saying that, the heart of the lineup was coming up, so I wanted to do it. He also did that against the Braves in the World Series in Game 2. Same deal, and they won both of those games. So this is something Dusty does. He wants to get his best guy in there against the best hitters and just hope everything works out. Yeah,
and just the very next night, Graveman is the first guy he goes to in the 10th inning. And when you are tied in a game in the ninth inning and you're the home team, you put your closer, you put your best, and you work backwards. The opposing team has to keep a closer. The visitor has to keep a closer. So even if they score runs, they still need to get 3 outs. You do it the other way. And he had Graveman in there in the 10th inning. Okay, so what do you think his pecking order is right now for his relievers?
Well, I mean, I think Presley first. And just finally on the first topic, they had to trade for Graveman because of how bad Montero has been this year.
Yeah.
You know, they had to give up Corey Lee because of that. And don't think that Dana Brown didn't ask Dusty if he wanted him because he managed him. But as far as the pecking order, I think it's Presley. Abreu's been getting the 8th inning. He's gotten it every time in the month of August. Then I think it's Neris. And then I think it's Graveman right there. I think Maton, when he comes back, he'll be the next guy. And then I think it's Montero Stanek. I think that's the pecking order in Dusty's opinion.
Yeah, and then Martinez,
yes.
If he's still with them once everybody gets healthy or whatever. I agree with your pecking order, but I will say this. I know Rafael Montero started really slowly. He has pitched much better. Now, when you come in a mop-up role in a 6-run game, chances are you're going to give up runs because you're just throwing it over the plate. You want to get out of there, let him hit it, and put it in play. And I think that was the case with Verlander when he was staked to that big lead the other day. And he started giving up runs, and you were like, holy crap. Well, you got to throw strikes when you got a big lead. And I will give, Montero. Now, Montero's been bad all year, but he has been better of late. I trust him more. I'm not scared to death when Montero comes in anymore. Are you?
No, he's improving. I mean, his ERA is still over 5. And then it was so funny on the broadcast, Stanek comes in and Blummer's like, hey, his ERA is finally under 4. And then bang, home run in the Crawford boxes. He's a little over 4. But we talked about it last year. It seemed to be Stanek was the odd man out, even though he had that incredible ERA in the regular season.
Yep.
That's the other thing. I think Montero's getting the Abreu treatment a little bit, as in he has a long-term contract. And Stanek's a free agent after this year. I think they're doing everything they can to try and get Montero on track.
Yeah, I agree.